Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Cult Movie Tuesdays right here on Night Owl Video. Thank you for tuning in again today. And for everyone who has recently subscribed, I'm now up to, I think it's 269. So welcome to all my new subscribers. I hope you will enjoy my reviews and join me on this physical media movie journey. Today we are talking about one of my favorite comedies of all time. This is Shaun of the Dead. So we'll be talking about cast, production, where you can watch it, my thoughts on the film, and all that jazz. So I hope you'll stick around. Follow me over on Instagram at Night Owl Video. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Give me the thumbs up if you like this review. And go back on my channel. I have a whole playlist of a year's worth of cult movie film reviews. So there's lots of stuff there to dig in now. I'm now past the 1 year mark and so excited. So anyway, today we're talking about this movie, Shaun of the Dead. This is a horror comedy from the year 2004. So this is almost 20 years old, believe it or not. This doesn't seem that long ago. This was directed by Edgar Wright and written by Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg, who plays Shaun. It's the first installment in the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy, which also features Hot Fuzz, which came out in 2007, as well as The World's End, which came out in 2013. 10 years ago. Man, crazy how fast the last couple of decades have gone. But anyway, this film stars Simon Pegg, who was also in Hot Fuzz, another co-production with Edgar Wright, as well as the newer it's not a new anymore, but I think it was the 2009 Star Trek reboot or whatever with Chris Pine and all those people. He was in that. This also stars Nick Frost, who was in the movie Paul, as well as Attack the Block. It also stars Lucy Davis, who was in Wonder Woman 2017. Dylan Moran, who was in Run, Fat Boy, Run, which also stars Simon Pegg. And, of course, Bill Nye, who was in Underworld, and he also played Davy Jones in the Pirates of the Caribbean film. So, if you know who Bill Nye, I don't think he's on the cover, but he's the older chap. He's Sean's stepdad in the movie. And he's really, really good in that role. But what I was going to say is I really like him pretty much in every movie I've seen him in. I think he's a really good actor, and some critics actually said that he kind of stole the show with this one. Just that understated kind of humor. But so the synopsis for, I don't know who hasn't seen this movie, but anyway, the synopsis is Shaun is a 30-something loser with a dull, easy existence. When he's not working at the electronics store, he lives with his slovenly best friend Ed in a small flat on the outskirts of London. The only unpredictable element in his life is his girlfriend Liz, who wishes desperately for Shaun to grow up and be a man. When the town is inexplicably overrun with zombies, Shaun must rise to the occasion and protect both Liz and his mother. I think that's a pretty good synopsis. That's a good synopsis. So Shaun of the Dead was actually developed from ideas that Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright used for their television series Spaced, which I've never seen, but I've heard really good things about it. I just never see that movie out in the wild to pick it up, but particularly one episode of Spaced where Pegg's slacker character hallucinates a zombie invasion. The film obviously references George A. Romero and his Dead films. Obviously, Shaun of the Dead is a nod to those things. The title, there's a whole bunch of references in here to those films, lovingly referenced. Principal photography took place across London and at Ealing Studios between May and June of 2003. The screenplay was written by Wright and Pegg in 8 weeks. They were inspired by films including Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, which we kind of already mentioned, as well as Raising Arizona, which I thought was an interesting influence, Back to the Future, Brain Dead, and The Birds, which I actually just picked up on DVD the other day, an upgrade from VHS for me. So on that note, I have no thrifting haul videos this week again. The thrift stores have been really lame lately. I just haven't found anything with the exception of The Birds, but if you're wondering, I apologize. I actually really like doing those videos, but I've just been scouring the stores and not finding anything. So my collection might be getting to that point where I kind of have most of what I want, so it's just the oddball ones that I find. But those are getting harder and harder to find, unfortunately, with physical media on the decline. But anyway, that's a side note there. The film score is by Peter Woodhead and Daniel Mudford, and it's this pistache, if I can use that word, of Italian zombie film soundtracks by artists like Goblin and Fabio Frizzi. It also uses many musical cues from the original Dawn of the Dead that were originally taken from George A. Romero from the DeWolf Production Music Library. So there is music in here from those films. The budget was $6.1 million and the box office was $30 million. So pretty good for an independent horror comedy and a film that a bunch of studios passed on because they didn't get it. That said, the critical reception, the critics love this movie. It currently has a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. A person named Nev Pierce, reviewing the film for BBC, said it is a, quote, side-splitting, head-smashing, gloriously gory horror comedy, unquote, that will, quote, amuse casual viewers and delight genre fans, unquote. And I think that's a pretty accurate review of this film. I think if you like comedies, this will draw you in. And if you like horror movies, this has all kinds of gore and zombies and real horror stuff in it. So it's a real perfect blend. And on that note, my thoughts on this film, 5 out of 5 all day long. And I know you guys probably think, oh, you give a 5 out of 5 for everything. But I do review a lot of movies that I just naturally love. And this is one of them. And I've been watching this for 19 years, and every time I watch it, I just laugh my head off. It's such a clever movie. Like, it's so well done. And I don't have to tell you that if you've seen this movie, and if you're a fan of this movie, you know. It's a perfect mix of comedy and horror. The dialogue is extremely witty. The references to all of the other horror movies and stuff like that. My favorite scenes, the young lady in the backyard who is also the cashier at the beginning of the film, who is a zombie, and they think she's drunk, and they're like, she's so drunk, and then they start throwing stuff at her to see like what's the deal with this person, and then they're taking Polaroids with her, and and then eventually they're throwing vinyl records at them, trying to kill her and another zombie with vinyl records. And there's this really funny part. If you've never seen the movie, they're going through Sean's record collection and they're like, Dire Straits? And Sean will be like, throw it. And I'd be like, New Order? Like, no. Like, or that was an original pressing. I can't believe you destroyed that, like, so funny. And apparently they reached out, this is a real story, allegedly, they reached out to Sade, the singer, and said, can we use Diamond Life as one of the records that we throw at the zombies? And apparently Sade was like, throw it. So apparently she was all on board for it, which I thought was really cool. I mean, I've always loved Sade ever since I was a teenager, but when I heard that, she just went like up a notch in my cool book. So I thought that was so cool. That scene, the scene where Sean's calling his mom to see if she's okay, and the zombies did bite Bill Nye, his stepdad, and I think his name's Phil in the movie, and and then Sean's like, we're gonna come over and get you, and we're gonna take you somewhere safe or whatever. And then just before he hangs up, Nick Frost yells in the phone, we're coming to get you, Barbara. And like, of course, a nod to Night of the Living Dead. So clever, and just like laugh out loud. There's so many scenes that I could cite in this movie that I just love. The scene when the zombie comes in the living room and he says he's got an arm off. I don't know why, but I found that line really funny. I don't know if that's meant to be funny, but it just made me crack up. Anyway, this edition here is your bare bones DVD. I think this is from 2004. It's just a bare bones DVD put out by Alliance Atlantis. It's a Region 1 DVD. It's rated 18 in Canada for brutal violence and coarse language. So there is quite a bit of swearing in this, so don't let the kiddos watch this. This has a runtime of 1 hour 40 minutes. Beaut. What else can I say about this movie? The special features, missing bits, which is outrageous outtakes and all new deleted scenes not shown in the theaters. Raw meat, never before seen casting tapes, Simon Pegg's video diary, and special effects comparisons. TV bits includes an interview with Coldplay. I don't know why. Plus uncensored commentary with cast and crew, a zombie photo gallery, Zombometer, that's zombie trivia, and more hilarious special features. So even for a bare bones DVD, this actually has some pretty cool special features, which I don't feel like I've really dug in on a lot of that stuff. I've definitely watched some of it, but I haven't seen all of it. Peter Jackson, producer and director of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, said, "The most entertaining film I've seen all year." So there you go. If Peter Jackson likes it, I don't know what that means, but I mean, he made some pretty cool low-budget horror movies in his day, so you gotta respect that. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this film. I could probably go on longer about this and talk about more scenes that I like, but I'll leave it at that. I love this movie. It's just a really fun movie. If you've never seen this, highly, highly recommend this. If you like horror comedy, like I said, the comedy stands alone with the dialogue is so witty, much like Hot Fuzz, which followed this, another movie with these guys in it, which I also recommend. I'll probably do a review of that down the road. But yeah, I highly recommend this for anybody who just likes a good movie. I mean, it's just a clever, well-written. Some of the stuff is pretty gory, I guess. If you don't like that, you may want to look away during those scenes. But otherwise, it's not to me, it's not too over the top. I think the comedy balances with the horror, so it's never too horrific. There's always a funny part coming up if that's of any consolation to you who don't like the gore. But Simon Pegg, so funny in this movie. He just, man, they couldn't have cast the Shaun character better, in my opinion. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this film. Did you like this film? Did you not like this film? Yeah, leave me your thoughts on this. Consider giving me the thumbs up if you like this review. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do have this coming Friday, I'm talking about this movie, Summer of Fear, a Wes Craven film. So tune in Friday for that. Like I said, I don't have a thrifting haul video, but I'm hoping maybe the stores will start getting a little better. I don't know. I mean, I see really cool stuff when I'm out and about, but it's just stuff I've already got. So those ones will just end up being reviews, I guess, in time. But so yeah, so that's that. And I'm hoping maybe in the coming weeks to do my favorite summer movies. I did my favorite Christmas movies at Christmas time, and I thought I did watch some documentaries today about the movie Jaws, and I was thinking that's sort of, many people consider that like the most epic summer movie. This was the first summer blockbuster technically, so I may do like my favorite summer movies, but that's going to take some work, so stay tuned for that is all I'm going to say. And then, like I said, tune in Friday for Summer of Fear. That was my review of Shaun of the Dead. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, I will see you at the video store or at the thrift store or just out and about somewhere. Hopefully not in the middle of some zombie invasion, but if that is the case, I hope we can maybe band together and fight some zombies. But until then, please take good care of yourselves. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.